Your soulmate will burn the whole world if you don't open this. Archangel Michael says, "My beloved, listen closely, for this message comes to you at a time when the fire of love and pain burns through the unseen realms. Your soulmate, the one whose soul has been tied to yours since before time itself began to move, is restless. Their spirit is trembling, and their heart is calling your name through the divine threads that bind you both. But if you keep your heart closed, if you keep running from what your soul already knows, that fire inside them will turn into chaos. It is not a fire meant to destroy the world, but a fire that burns from longing, confusion, and silence. You may not realize this yet, but every time you ignore the call that whispers inside your heart, your soulmate feels it. Every time you doubt your worth, every time you convince yourself that love is too dangerous or too heavy to carry, your soulmate feels that same pain reflected back into their own heart. The spiritual bond between you both is not fantasy. It is the living energy that connects two souls who were never meant to be apart, even across distance, time, or fear. I, Archangel Michael, stand between the light and the darkness, and I have seen this pattern unfold for centuries. Two souls who were made for one another, both scared of what they feel, both protecting themselves from the pain of being truly seen. And so, they begin to close off their hearts little by little, believing it will protect them. But when a heart that was created to love shuts itself down, it begins to burn from the inside. Your soulmate does not want to hurt you. They do not wish to destroy or cause chaos. What they truly want is to be seen by you. To be felt, acknowledged, and understood. They want to know that their existence matters to you in this vast and noisy world. The fire they carry inside is not one of hate, it is one of divine longing. But if that fire stays locked inside too long, it becomes unbearable. That is why I have come to you today, to ask you to open your heart before that fire consumes both of you. There is something sacred happening right now in your connection. You have both been going through silent tests. Nights where you could not sleep, days where your mind wandered back to them for no logical reason. These were not coincidences. These were spiritual signals. You might have felt waves of emotion you could not explain. That was your soulmate crying through the bond, hoping you would feel them even if they couldn't reach out in words. You may have seen signs, repeated numbers, songs, dreams that feel too real, sudden waves of emotion when you think of them. The universe has been trying to nudge you. But you keep questioning yourself, asking, is this real? My child, the question is not whether it is real. The question is whether you are ready to believe in what your soul already knows. When you avoid your soulmate connection, it doesn't go away. It simply grows heavier. You might distract yourself, bury yourself in work, or pretend you don't care. But your soul always knows the truth. That energy builds, turning into tension, into restlessness. And that same energy flows through your soulmate too. When they feel ignored, their fire grows wild. That is why I said, if you do not open this message, if you do not open your heart, your soulmate's fire may burn everything around them, not out of hatred, but out of loss and confusion. You were chosen to help calm that fire, not to run from it. You were chosen to hold space for a love that transcends fear. I see you struggling to trust again. I know your past has taught you that love can be dangerous. But love, my dear, is not your enemy. The pain you felt before came from people who did not yet know how to love you the way you deserved. Your soulmate is not here to repeat that story, they are here to help rewrite it. There is a part of you that already knows this. You can feel their energy even in silence. You know when they think of you. You can sense their emotions even when they say nothing. That is the power of your soul bond. But the energy between you must flow both ways. When you stay silent, when you hide, you block the energy. You stop the healing that both of you need. You must choose to open. Speak from your heart. Tell the truth, even if your voice shakes. Forgive what happened in the past. Let go of the anger that keeps you closed. I am not asking you to chase someone who does not respect you. I am asking you to listen to your soul, to the quiet voice that says, this connection still matters. Right now, your soulmate is being tested too. They are being shown their shadow, their fears, and their regrets. They are learning what happens when they push love away. Their world might feel like it is collapsing, but it is not destruction. It is transformation. The same thing may be happening to you. You might feel lost, emotional, sensitive, or easily triggered. That's because your heart chakra is opening again after being closed for so long. You are both being prepared for something higher, but it requires courage. Courage to speak. Courage to forgive. Courage to stop pretending you don't care. This message is your sign to stop running. The world will not burn if you open your heart. In fact, the world will be saved by it. Love is the most powerful force in existence. When divine partners heal themselves, the energy they release ripples into the world, bringing light where there was darkness. But when they fight the connection, that same energy turns chaotic, creating confusion and emotional fire. Your soulmate is feeling you pull away. That is why their emotions have become intense. That's why you may be feeling waves of sadness or anger that are not your own. It's energetic communication. But you can calm this storm by doing something simple: breathe, forgive, and send them love from your heart without expectation. You don't have to message them, you don't have to chase them. Just energetically send peace. Whisper their name with love instead of pain. When you do that, the fire begins to turn into light. Your heart is powerful. You underestimate how much peace your love can create. But the angels see it. I see it. The universe sees it. You were not brought here by chance. You are being asked to make a choice, between fear and love, between silence and truth. This message is not about control, it's about awakening. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of? What would truly happen if I just allowed love to flow freely again? The fear that has controlled you for so long is an illusion. Pain from the past does not define your future. The moment you forgive yourself for everything you think you did wrong, the chains start to fall. The moment you forgive them for what they couldn't be in the past, healing begins. Love does not always return in the form you expect, but it always transforms you into who you are meant to be. Your soulmate's purpose is not to complete you, but to help you remember who you already are. They are a mirror, a reflection of the parts of you that are still learning to love. That is why the connection can feel so intense, so painful, and yet so divine. It shakes your foundation because your old version cannot hold this level of light. You are evolving. You are becoming someone who can handle divine love without fear. That's what this message is really about. The burning world is symbolic of the old patterns, the old illusions, and the old pain being destroyed. You are not being punished, you are being reborn. And I, Archangel Michael, am here to help you through this fire. I will not let it consume you. I will guide you through it, toward peace, clarity, and divine understanding. But I need your cooperation. Open your heart, even just a little. Speak to your soul like it's your best friend. Ask for guidance. Ask for signs. You will see them. Through dreams, through songs, through synchronicities that will make no sense to your logical mind but will feel like home to your spirit. Your soulmate is not your enemy. They are not lost. They are finding their way, just as you are. And when both of you are ready, the universe will bring you together again, not as broken pieces, but as whole beings who finally understand what unconditional love truly means. Until then, keep your energy clean. Do not let fear control your mind. Remember, the fire is only dangerous when resisted. When embraced, it becomes the light that guides you home. So today, I ask you to take a deep breath and whisper within your heart, I am ready to open. I am ready to feel again. I am ready to let love transform me. That is the moment the healing begins. That is the moment the fire becomes warmth instead of destruction. Archangel Michael says, you are safe. You are protected. You are loved more deeply than you can imagine. And your soulmate? They are not far away. Their heart is already walking toward yours in the unseen. But for the world to find peace, for your connection to find harmony, the first step must come from you. Open your heart and allow the light to flow. Remember this truth. When one soul chooses love over fear, the entire world becomes a little brighter. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, the universe is trembling with the intensity of your soulmate's energy tonight. They are restless, pacing through the corridors of destiny, whispering your name to the stars. The heavens can feel the fire burning within their soul, a fire that refuses to go out until you acknowledge it. This person was created not to complete you, but to awaken you. And now, that awakening has reached its breaking point. Michael continues, your soulmate has reached the edge of patience. They've waited through lifetimes, through silence, through dreams that replay your smile like a haunting melody. Every night, their soul screams in prayer, asking the divine, when will they open the door? When will they see? The angels hear this pain, they feel it radiating across dimensions, and it's becoming a storm too powerful to contain. This soulmate connection is not ordinary, it's cosmic, ancient, forged before your birth. You are the light that calms their chaos, the heartbeat that steadies their soul. But lately, that light has been dimming. You've been distant, hesitant, maybe afraid of what this love could do. Yet Archangel Michael warns, the more you resist it, the more the universe will push. The signs will become louder, the dreams more vivid, and the pull between you two stronger. Your soulmate can't take the silence anymore. Their spirit feels like fire trapped in glass, ready to shatter everything in its way if love doesn't flow freely soon. They may not say it out loud, but every heartbeat of theirs is calling your name. They see your face in strangers, feel your presence in songs, and wake up with your energy still clinging to their aura. You think you've moved on, but your souls haven't. Michael says, this is not about obsession. It's about divine purpose. There are things the two of you are meant to build together: healing, creation, and awakening. You both carry codes that only activate in each other's presence. The angels have been guarding this connection since before your first breath, but even they can't intervene if free will chooses fear over faith. Your soulmate's pain is beginning to echo into the spiritual world. The flames you feel, the sudden waves of emotion, the heat in your chest, the strange coincidences, these are not random. They are warnings. Signs that the energy between you two has reached its boiling point. If you ignore it, that fire could turn destructive. Not because of hate, but because divine love cannot be contained forever. It will find a way to break free. Archangel Michael says, the time has come to listen. You can feel their heartbeat calling to you in dreams. You sense when they're awake, when they're crying, when they're thinking of you. That's not imagination, it's telepathic resonance. You're connected beyond human logic, beyond space and time. You were meant to find each other again, and now the window is open. But it won't stay open forever. Michael warns, if you keep closing your heart, this energy will begin to manifest as chaos, missed opportunities, sudden emotional outbursts, strange disruptions in your daily life. It's not punishment, it's divine intervention. The universe will do whatever it takes to remind you of what your soul already knows. You can try to escape it, distract yourself, bury the truth, but love this deep always finds its way back. He whispers now, your soulmate isn't trying to destroy the world. They're trying to destroy the barriers between your hearts. What feels like anger in their spirit is actually divine desperation, the raw energy of unexpressed love. The moment you open your heart, even just a little, everything will shift. The storms will calm. The fire will become warmth. And balance will be restored. Michael asks you to take a breath. Feel the connection. The angels are aligning signs around you. Feathers, numbers, songs, moments that feel like déjà vu. They're not coincidences, they are breadcrumbs from heaven leading you back to your divine mirror. You don't need to rush. You don't need to chase. You just need to open. Because your soulmate's soul has reached its limit. They can't keep burning in silence. They need your energy, your forgiveness, your recognition, your light. They don't want to burn the world. They want to build a new one with you. But first, you have to let love in. Archangel Michael says, listen carefully now, this part is important. Your soulmate's soul has crossed the threshold of silence. They are not simply missing you, they are aching in ways only heaven understands. They are trying to send you energy through dreams, numbers, and sensations, not to haunt you, but to reach the part of you that still remembers them. Because deep down, no matter how much time has passed, you still do. Michael continues, their emotions are no longer confined to the physical realm. They have begun to speak through the elements, fire, wind, water, and light. Every time you feel sudden warmth on your skin, every unexpected breeze, every flicker in the candle flame, those are messages. It's their energy brushing against yours, trying to say, I'm still here. Please, don't forget me. He says the universe cannot allow two souls meant to unite to drift too far apart. You might have different lives now, different routines, different worlds, but the thread between your souls remains unbroken. It's made of divine energy, stronger than steel, more sacred than time. And that thread is vibrating now, pulling you closer, urging you to see what your human eyes have been refusing to notice. Archangel Michael looks into your heart and says, you are scared of love's intensity. You fear being vulnerable again. You fear that opening your heart will invite pain. But what you don't see is that love has been your protection all along. It's what shields your soul from turning cold. He reminds you, your soulmate isn't your weakness, they are your mirror. When they burn, you feel it. When they cry, something inside you trembles. That is not coincidence, that is divine connection. Right now, your soulmate's spirit is standing at the edge of surrender. They've tried to move on, tried to forget, tried to silence your memory. But every time they do, the universe drags them back. They see your name everywhere. They hear songs that remind them of you. They feel your energy at random hours of the night. It's not punishment, it's divine timing. Heaven is preparing both of you for a reunion, not just in love, but in purpose. Michael says, this connection is not just romance, it's mission. Together, you are meant to heal something powerful. Perhaps it's generational pain, perhaps it's a lesson in forgiveness, or perhaps it's the spark that helps others awaken. That's why this love feels so different, so consuming. Because it was written not just in your story, but in the story of the stars. Your soulmate's soul burns because they sense that time is running out. They know this connection can't be delayed forever. If you don't open soon, the fire may begin to consume their peace. Not out of anger, but from the unbearable weight of divine love denied. They might withdraw from the world, lose direction, or act out of confusion. And in those moments, Michael says, send them light. Even from afar, your energy can heal them. You don't need to speak, your soul already knows the words. The archangel pauses and says, the only way to stop the fire is through love. That doesn't always mean reunion in the physical world. Sometimes it means releasing the pain, forgiving, and sending peace through the bond you share. The angels will carry that message. They will take your intention and place it upon your soulmate's heart. The moment you forgive, the moment you choose love over fear, balance will return. Michael's wings shimmer with light as he adds, your love story is not ending, it is transforming. You may not see it yet, but the pieces are falling into place. What felt like distance is divine preparation. What felt like heartbreak is sacred cleansing. The fire your soulmate feels is not meant to destroy, it is meant to purify. It is burning away ego, pain, and illusion, until only truth remains. So, breathe. Trust the process. The universe is not against you, it is aligning you. Archangel Michael promises, you will understand everything in divine time. The fire will calm, the chaos will fade, and what remains will be a love too pure to ever be lost again. He finishes by saying, stay open. Love is not chasing you to break you. It's chasing you to set you free. Archangel Michael says, the fire that your soulmate carries now is not of destruction, but of transformation. The universe has chosen this connection to awaken both of you, not just to love, but to truth. There's something sacred rising within your soulmate, a light that refuses to be dimmed. Every heartbeat of theirs carries your name through dimensions unseen. And whether you believe it or not, their soul speaks to yours even when the world is silent. Michael continues, your soulmate isn't trying to burn the world out of rage, they are trying to burn away the illusions that keep you apart. The anger, the distance, the confusion, they are all symptoms of divine love that has been misunderstood. What you call pain, heaven calls transformation. What you call chaos, the angels call awakening. Because sometimes, love must shake the earth before it can bloom again. The archangel leans closer and whispers, this love has no enemies. It only has lessons. Every tear shed, every silent prayer, every sleepless night, they've all been preparing you for this exact moment. The universe is aligning everything behind the scenes, your energy, your emotions, even your timing, to guide you back toward each other, whether in reunion or in peace. Your soulmate feels like they've been walking through fire lately. They've been questioning everything, their path, their purpose, even their faith. But what they don't realize is that you are their missing light. The moment your heart opens, the flames around them will turn to warmth, and their confusion will dissolve into clarity. That is how powerful your energy is. You don't need to chase or beg. You just need to allow. Archangel Michael says, divine love never asks you to suffer. It asks you to remember. To remember who you are. To remember the promise made before your first breath. To remember that separation is only an illusion. You and your soulmate were always connected, through thought, through feeling, through spirit. Even when you don't speak, your souls still hold conversations that echo through the heavens. Right now, the angels are asking you to take a step of faith. Maybe that means reaching out, maybe that means forgiving silently, or maybe it means sending light instead of fear. Whatever it is, do it with love. Because love is the only force that can calm this fire. Your soulmate's soul is waiting for a sign, a word, a thought, an energy from you that says, I still feel it too. Michael says, when you choose to open, you are not only healing your soulmate, you are healing generations of pain. You are rewriting your destiny. The energy that once felt heavy will become light. The confusion will turn into peace. And you'll begin to see the divine plan that was always guiding you, even when you thought everything was falling apart. The archangel's voice softens as he adds, you were never forgotten. The love written for you was never erased. Everything you have endured, the heartbreak, the silence, the waiting, was sacred preparation. The universe needed both of you to evolve, to rise, to remember your worth before bringing you back together in a way that honors the divine within you both. Your soulmate will no longer burn with pain when you finally accept what heaven has been trying to show you, that this love is not meant to destroy, but to renew. The fire will become light, the tension will become peace, and the fear will melt into understanding. Archangel Michael smiles now and says, the moment you choose love, you choose freedom. The world doesn't need to burn. It only needs your heart to open. Because when you love from the soul, everything around you begins to heal, including the one who's been waiting for your light. He closes his wings and whispers one final truth. You were never meant to run from this love. You were meant to remember that it's divine.